How many grafts do we require someone suffering from class 4 baldness or grade 4 baldness? Usually, complete class 4 baldness or grade 4 male pattern baldness. In these patients, usually 15,000 to 18,000 follicular unit hair loss must have been happened. That means 15,000 to 18,000 grafts must have been lost. So that varies to person, approximately we are discussing. But in such cases, class 4 or grade 4 baldness cases, how many grafts would we require to get a reasonably good density? Usually 4,000 to 5,000 grafts are required. Well, these numbers actually depends on the scalp size. If the bigger scalp, always you need more. We are talking about a maximum here. Well, today's patient we are talking about a small size scalp. So anywhere somewhere 3,000, 3,500 also okay. Though the required estimated grafts would be 4 to 5,000 grafts, but somewhere with 3,000, 3,500 can make definitely a huge difference. That's what requirement of the class 4 or grade 4 baldness hair grafts. But kindly to understand, these numbers will definitely vary with a lot many factors, especially with scalp size and how you design the hairline. Depending on that, how you are going to implant the grafts and what is the skin and the hair color contrast. These are the factors that will decide on these exact numbers. Whatever we are speaking is an approximate number hair lost and estimated required grafts and implanted grafts. So these are difference. That's what we are going to discuss today in this video. Well, now we are planning to this patient approximately 3,000 to 3,200 grafts. Right, well, we implanted 3,128 grafts. But why this changes in these numbers is, I'm sure donor management is most important. We need to harvest the grafts and then implant it such a way that it should not look bald. You should not even waste the grafts also. Here, these numbers, approximate numbers only, because greatly depends on the scalp size, scalp color and skin color contrast, and how you want to design your hairline. If you bring the hairline down, you need more grafts. So these numbers definitely vary person to person, but we just on the general note we are discussing. Well, to this patient especially, I think this is a small scalp. We implanted 3,128 grafts. That's what we are going to discuss today, and we are going to show you class 4 or grade 4 baldness, how it looks, and what are the results after 8 months we achieved. We want to discuss in this video. These numbers, these graph numbers are kind of textbook numbers, and when it comes to the practical stuff, what we have to do is, during consultation we understood that this man has a strong family history of baldness, that probably you would lose more hair down the line 5 to 10 years or more than that. So we need to always keep in that mind. And number two, his donor is super excellent, his donor is fantastic, so we got a good grafts. And number 3 point is, a lot of thinning is happening in the mid scalp and little thinning in the crown also. That's a suggestive feature of future hair loss can happen. By all looking at these parameters, we don't want to waste grafts. Probably you would need second session also. And that is the reason we arrive at hairline design a little higher, by keeping in our mind that you would lose more hair in future. If so, we can even do second session also. This patient has also as an option to do a little extend the frontal hairline down next session if you want it, because this greatly depends on ongoing hair loss. After first session, 8 months, suppose you really want to extend little more hair down in the hairline, you can do that by only when it does not have any further ongoing hair loss. And you may need even second session also in the future if you lose more hair in the crown area. Well, after a couple of months, 8 months later, we achieved a fantastic outcome. On Cumming test, you can see the density that we achieved, which is blending to the mid-scalp hair and sides. And no one even detect under bright sunlight that he has done a transplant. That's a beautiful part of any transplant. That means naturally blending hairline, we designed it, and that's a kind of that shows the quality of a transplant. And see the density in the mid scalp that we achieved. See the coverage, almost complete scalp has been covered until the mid scalp, even crown area also. These are the excellent results we achieved with this master plan, what we planned to this patient. And even we maintained well donor too. If you see at a transplantation quality, donor management definitely makes sense. Most of the patient does not know what is donor management. It is in the sense how best you're going to take the grafts from the backside donor without damaging the existing style. If you can see in this patient on Cumming test, beautifully we maintain the donor even though we harvested 3,128 grafts. Backside you don't see any defect. That's the beauty of donor management. That is called donor management. That means second time we can take, third time also we can take. If someone doesn't harvest in a proper manner meticulously, I'm sure you're going to get a damaged donor. You will not get second time hair again, and there's a lot of scarring and everything. That is very important to know. At this point, most of the patients definitely don't know. Kindly you should know about this donor management, and donor should look very much natural even after harvestation, first time or second time. That's called donor management.